I always see the Clipse giving it up to you as the best hip hop duo of all time.
Yeah.
They're on the new album.
They are.
And they're on this crazy run. And obviously, I think, Pusha and the Clipse are in rare form and rare air when we talk about just hip hop history. But I'm just curious for you, man, like how dope is it to get them on a project with P, and at the same time, like I'm just curious as somebody who's a part of one of the greatest hip hop duos of all time, what are your thoughts just on what's going on with the Clipse right now, this run they're on?
This is the type of shit that I love to see. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always rooting for, you know what I'm saying, my colleagues, you know what I mean, so to speak, whatever. Like the Clipse, I'm a fan of the Clipse. You know what I'm saying? When they first came out up until now. Super fan. Never even looked at them as like competition, but just as somebody that complemented the hip hop game. You understand what I'm saying? So to see them getting the flowers that they getting right now, and the run, this legendary run that they on, because hip hop is in a weird space right now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So for them to come and bless us with that album, it's like a gift. So it's really dope to see. And I didn't even know they was coming with a fucking album by the time we had the feature from them. So they didn't tell me
really?
that. They didn't tell me that. They just was like, I asked them to get on it, and before they said yes, they sent me back the verses. You understand what I'm saying? So
you had sent that before
before
God
the
Sort
album.
Him Out drop.
I didn't even know they was coming with a fucking album.
That's so dope.
I didn't know they was coming with
I feel like a lot of people are tapping with the Clipse right now, and I'm like, well, of course you would, because they got the hottest album of the year.
Right. But I knew they was doing something special because Pusha had hit me. He said, yo, I need the reel for God Part 3. And I was like, damn, like, what the fuck y'all about to do?
That's a crazy request. That's a wild request.
Yo, I'm telling you, he asked me for the reel, and I was like, damn, I wish I could get my hands on it.
How about, did you still have that?
Sony is being, they hogging the reel.
So did they want to do something over that?
That's what it sounded like. And I'm sure that they do have something in the chamber that got something to do with GOD that didn't end up on the album, but they got a surprise attack for everybody.
Did you ask them, like, yo, did you ever end up?
I didn't dare ask them shit.
Damn, bro.
I just wanted to be surprised like everybody else. I didn't ask no questions. I just was looking for the real.
I am curious, man. I feel like, was Murder Music the 5 Mic album? Am I tripping?
I don't even know if we ever got 5 mics at all.
I feel like, I don't know. I just remember every time I'd open the source, I remember when the Quiet Storm, remember they used to have the hip hop quotables? Mm-hmm. And I remember P's verse for Quiet Storm was one of the quotables. And that's how I memorized the fucking all of the lyrics, because I was able to read it out of the source. But I'm curious, that's obviously one of the most legendary remixes of all time. It's now become like Little Kim's become a meme because of the dance she does
right
before she does her verse for Quiet Storm.
Right.
I think that is up there for one of the greatest Prodigy verses of all time on that record. But when the remix happens, are y'all like are you in the studio with Kim when she cuts that? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah. I remember walking into the studio and she was there with her pen and a pad. And I guess she must have been finished with the verse already. You know what I mean? And she laid the verse. I was on cloud fucking 9. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Man, iconic.
Yeah, I was on cloud 9 for sure.
It's like, as amazing as that song was, like the remix just put it into this like forever sphere where it always will be a thing.
Right. And you didn't even have to change the beat. You know what I mean?
Because back then, a lot of remixes had different beats. Yeah.
Right. And we just kept the beat and let her sing the chorus. And
are you a fly on the wall at this point? Obviously, you
that session, I wasn't there. But I remember coming back the day after and then like, yo, we put Kim on it. I knew the record, obviously, and it was like, oh, yeah, that took it to the platinum, That was next thing we on tour with Limp Bizkit. We were doing 30,000 people in arenas opening from Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I wonder, you making Murder Music, you had 2 beats on Murder Music?
Yeah, that was my entry, basically.
I was about to say, that had to be like you graduating from high school, dog. Like, you made it.
Are you kidding me? I still can't believe it to this day. Like, you know what I mean? How it all happened, because everything happened from there. But I was so in the element, like because at first, when I was coming over there, like, I first linked up with Godfather, Nitty and Twin and Gotti. And then they were telling me, we got to bring you, to the Mobb, we gotta. So they would bring me over to the studio, but like Hav would be there one day or P would be there separately. And I had just one dat and kept playing them joints, and they both liked the same beat, which was The Realest.
With Cool G Rap.
It was, and then I'll never forget when the day P called me, said, come to the studio with that beat. I knew what beat he was talking about. I showed up and Cool G Rap was sitting there.
Oh, so you got to watch Cool G Rap on your beat.
I witnessed that. And I didn't call, I always tell people, I didn't call my manager, I didn't call a lawyer, I didn't nothing. I packed up my ASR 10 and the thing was like as big of a couch, you know what I'm saying? And I packed it up and brought it in there, told the engineer, that beat, plug it up. And I just sat back and I watched history happen. And it was like, when you're doing it, you never know. I didn't know because I was even insecure about the beat because it was just a loop.
Right.
It's not technically a fancy beat, but look how it stood the test of time. And it was like, I just feel like sometimes you got to get out of the way, and I knew somehow to get out of the way of like the power of the gods of this music to just get out of the way and let the shit happen. It's not about your beat. It's not about if you could hook a beat up better. And now I look back like, damn, look what that record did. Like that verse, when he went in the booth, we were all brain melted.
That's insane.
Yeah, he wrote it on the spot, and that's why he went first. It was crazy.
Shout out to Cool G Rap, man.
Shout out to Cool G Rap.
Let me ask you a question because I always was wondering this because I wasn't there for the session either. When P and G Rap did the chorus, did they write it together?
They wrote it together.
Crazy.
They wrote it together. And I remember then you came and you have wrote I think you had 3 or 4 verses. You was beating yourself up because he knew he had to bring it home.
I still want to do my verse over.
He had like half was in there.
Did you
brought it home? What you mean? That was a classic.
Man.
Was that something that would be common for you where you would like come in and hear a song and be like, fuck, I gotta hang with this.
That's all the time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because you're one of the greatest rappers of all time too, Havoc. You're a fucking legend. Like,
thank you. But when you fucking playing with Jordan and fucking Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying? Alchemist, what I'm saying? It's like, who the fuck am I? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you have to rise to the occasion because you know that you're part of a championship team.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I do.
I feel like you're like fucking Phil. You're like LeBron, dog. You could coach and
I'm telling you
know what I'm saying?
I've witnessed it.
Man.
And to how fast he does it, the precision from doing something so long. Have you ever seen how he writes? You ever seen his handwriting? It even
like
make
a
more
doctor?
sense why he's so great. It's like
Is it ridiculous?
It's in his,
Oh my God. You're one of those. How?
No, it's
only
amazing.
you can read it.
It's artwork.
Right.
But it flows like calligraphy. You look at that shit like, yo, he's just, and I've sat and watched him make a beat, pick the pen up, and just write it and lay the verse and the chorus so many times that it was just like, I learned how to make records like having P do it like that. The precision of it, of like not overthinking it. Never seen him overthink the moment, and they did it.